Okay, so in this problem, we had a 10-liter solution that contains 40% acid. It needs to be diluted to a 20% acid solution by adding solvent, so we're lowering the percent of acid in it. Write and solve an equation to determine how many liters of solvent will need to be added. So right here, that's my variable. I don't know that number. And the best approach here is ultimately I've got, I'll color code this nice, 10 liters, 40 out of 100. And there's a faster way, in my opinion, that we should all understand and be able to pick an equation. And I'll show that. We'll get there. This amount right now of 10 liters is acid. It's acidic. If I take a calculator quick, and this is why I'm going to show the equation written another way, 40 divided by 100, 40 out of 100%, per 100, 0.4 times 10 is going to be 4 of the liters out of how many liters total? 10 are acidic right now. I would end up with, that would simplify to 4/10, which is the same as 0.4, which is the same as, I don't know why I did squiggles, 40%. Okay? So that's why that part of the equation should make a ton of sense. So now what are we doing with the equation? We are trying to make it more solvent by adding liters of solvent. Liters that are not acid. A great example of a solvent would be potentially water. Most water is relatively non-acidic. All right, and what are we trying to get to? Well, we're trying to get to 20%, 20 out of 100 parts to be our new concentration. Well, that equation quickly simplifies to, again, I would start here with my equation, 10 times 0.4 over 10 plus L equals, well, 20 divided by 100 is 0.2. If you don't believe me, you grab a calculator and you do it quickly, and you start to get memorized. Dividing by 100 slides the decimal 2 times to make it a 0.20, a 0.2. All right, 2 steps at once coming up here. The 10 times 0.4, that's ultimately giving me 4. And then I'm going to cross multiply 10 plus L. So the 0.2 is sitting on the other side. The opposite of dividing by 10 plus L is multiplying. So we now have 4 equals 0.2 times 10. We should all know is 2. If you don't believe me, again, take your calculator and do the distributive property. There's our 2. And then we still have a plus 0.2L. 2-step equation from algebra 1 minus 2. 2 equals 0.2 times L. So we still have multiplying by 0.2 to cancel out. You cancel out multiplying by dividing. 0.2s are going to go into 2, a total of 10 times. Again, if you don't believe me, you grab your calculator. 4 minus 2 divided by 0.2. There's our 10. So we're pretty sure our answer is 10. How can we check that? Well, we just said 10 probably equals L. So I can come back over here, and where L was, I can substitute in a 10. And I know what most of this equation is already. I know the top of the equation is 4. I've got 10 plus, I think the L is 10. And I want it to equal 0.2 / 20%. I grab a calculator quick. I know 10 plus 10 is 20. I don't need a calculator to do that. So I got 4 divided by 20. Does it simplify to 0.2? The answer is yes. We know we're correct. So that's the biggest thing. You got to decide, are you adding something to just the denominator or both the numerator and denominator? If we were trying to make the thing more acidic, we would be adding liters of acid. So if we ever were increasing, it'd be a plus L in both the top and bottom. When it's a solvent, it's only in the bottom because you're trying to lower the percentage of acid, which means you need a bigger denominator.